It's the 96th annual Feast of the Three Saints this Labor Day weekend in Lawrence. Join us for 3 days of fun, food, and free shows featuring Friday night on the bandstand, the man with the voice, Tony Pace. Saturday night, Legendary's 50s doo-wop group, the Duprees. And Sunday at 4:30, Boston's own 20-piece classic rock cover band, Mike Gerard's Big Swingin' Thing. Plus, the Tripoli stage will host a dance competition Saturday and the Act Theater group on Sunday. In between acts, you can relax and enjoy classic Italian dishes, pair with Italian wines and craft beers, along with homemade Italian pastries at our newly redesigned Cafe Tre Sante. All proceeds directly benefiting the St. Alfio Society, with all profits donated to charity. Don't miss the 96th annual Feast of the Three Saints this Labor Day weekend in Lawrence. Visit threesaintsinc.org for more.
Welcome to the studio. I'm here with my friend Tony Palmisano, and we're here to tell you all about the 96th annual Feast of the Three Saints, which will take place, of course, on Labor Day weekend. That's August 30th, 31st, and September 1st. Kind of excited. There are a lot of new changes, and Tony's going to tell you all about them.
First of all, thanks, Ginny. It's a pleasure. This has become sort of an annual event for us to come to Lawrence Cable Access TV and talk about the feast. So I want to thank you and the folks here at LCAT for the opportunity to talk about our feast. And yeah, 96th year, hard to believe, but
it
yes.
Is.
So a couple things that we talked about prior to coming on air is last year you guys were down and you've been doing a great job coming down, and we changed up the Saturday night concert. So we had this big 6 o'clock concert. Last year was the Drifters, and we had, arguably a couple extra thousand people there that came for the show, and then they stayed for the Torchlight Parade. So that worked really well. So we're going to do that again. So this year on Saturday night at 6 o'clock, we're going to have the fabulous Duprees. So they'll be there at 6, and at the end of that show, people can stay and basically be part of the Torchlight Parade. And you know how great that is. And then at the end of the Torchlight Parade, we're going to have a band called Muggsy. That'll be on about 9 o'clock. And I guess they're very similar to the B Street Bombers. A lot of people locally, they're a local band, have a nice following. It's a little bit of a younger demographic, so that will work. Because what we were told a couple years ago is that some of the seniors, they want to come to the feast, but by the time it's 8:30, 9 o'clock, they want to go home. Yeah. So having a concert for them that starts at 8:30, 9 o'clock doesn't really work. So the Duprees, that's at 6. So by 8 o'clock, 8:30, their Torchlight Parade's over. They get in their car, they drive home, and they had a great day. And then for some of the younger folks, they can go and they can enjoy the Muggsy. And again, it's very similar to B Street Bombers, and have a good show. So that's Saturday's entertainment lineup. Quickly opening on Friday night is Tony Pace. Yay. And I know you like Tony. He's very entertaining. Tony's going to be doing that. And then we also made a couple changes for Sunday. So
are the chairs going to be out Friday night?
Friday night. No chairs Friday night. Only Saturday.
So bring your chairs.
Yeah, bring your chairs Friday night, and then potentially bring your chairs on Sunday too. So the other thing that we're doing this year that's a little different is, the procession starts at 3. So, and usually when the Saints go in around 8 o'clock, we used to have a nice performance, but it was getting to a point where a lot of people could have, at the end of the day, because it's a long day, if you go out from 3 o'clock, so people are going home, and so we decided not to have a big performance after the procession, but actually during the procession. So stay with me for a second. So the Saints come out at 3 o'clock. They so by the time we get past the main bandstand, it's probably like 4 o'clock. And so at 4:30 on that main bandstand, we're having Mike Giard's big band is performing, and they just actually performed a week ago, Friday, at Tupelo, and they sold out. So we're expecting a nice crowd of people who may or may not be feast goers, at least to our feast, come down, participate, and then when that performance is over, hey, we're getting ready to do the moment of glory right in front of our building at 20 Common Street.
That's great.
So we have some linkage, and we have an opportunity to get people who normally might not come to the feast. And I know you and I have had this conversation in the past, so I'm not one of those members, and I don't mean this any way disparagingly, that says, well, people should come because of this reason or that reason. Listen, back in the day, if people came down to Peter Messina's to get, a couple dozen, rice balls or Crispellis, and that was their tradition, they walked the street, God bless them. If people came for the free entertainment that we have, God bless them. If people came because they wanted to be part of the procession, the religious aspect, God bless them. For me, I don't care why people come. Just come have a nice weekend. And as you said earlier, a lot of the entertainment, in fact, all the entertainment is free. Literally, all the other things we'll talk about in a few minutes is free. The different events we have this year. So just quick. So then on Sunday, so 4:30, Mike Yard's performing, and then after that we'll have the Moment of Glory, and then they'll go in, and then we'll have the raffle, and by like 9 o'clock we'll wrap it up on Sunday. And then the only other, there's a couple other things I want to talk about in terms of entertainment. So on Friday night, the other thing that we were hearing is country music is really popular. In fact, I actually like country music myself. Okay.
I won't hold that against you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not wearing a cowboy hat. I'm not wearing the cowboy boots, but I do like some. I like some of the country music. So we have a group called the Hurlin Brothers Band. They're a local band out of southern New Hampshire. They have a very strong following. And we're bringing them in to perform on the Tripoli stage. So there'll be a nice compliment. So on the main bandstand, we have Tony Pace. On the other bandstand, we're going to have the Hurlin Brothers. And hopefully that drives, some new people. Again, the goal is, what can we do? What kind of entertainment events can we bring that's going to bring people to the feast that might normally not come? So hopefully we get some new people. They have a good time. They tell their friends, and we've accomplished our goal.
Yeah, but it may not happen all.
Exactly.
I mean, it could be a cumulative thing over the years.
That's right.
Too.
So the other two things in terms of events that we can talk about, and again, the goal is, okay, what can we do to not just get people, but let's be honest, we have an older demographic, and so what do we do about bring younger people, younger families? So the entertainment committee, of which myself and my co-chair Tony Bertese are members. We have Jimmy Cimitaro, Joe McCory, Mike Lamazzo, who you know very well, and Joe Delali. They put together some ideas, and so on Saturday at 3 o'clock, we're having our first annual dance and cheer competition.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun. So the idea is we have a couple dance studios. We have some of the dance teams from the local boys and girls clubs. They're going to come and they're going to perform. And again, as you said, local people like to do that kind of stuff. They'll come and they'll support their kids. And then on Sunday, we have at 4 o'clock, again on the Tripoli stage, we have Acting Out, the local theater company.
Yep.
They're going to be performing the play called Schooled. And again, it's all free. So hopefully, people that are in the company, they tell their friends, they come out and they have a good time. And then the good news is that that performance will run about 70 minutes, 75 minutes, they're saying. And so when that ends, which will be, say, around 5:15, where do you think the Vada is going to be? The Vada at that time will probably be right in front of Tripoli's.
That's true.
Because then we have that big celebration in front of Tripoli's. So again, if the people who are there for the play, all of a sudden the play's over and they go, oh, there's a big crowd, and what's this Vada doing here? And they're like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. So we've kind of timed things just like that show at 4:30 to coincide with other activities that we have. So that way people can participate and kind of get a feel for it and a flavor for it. So hopefully it works.
All right, so we've talked about entertainment.
Yeah.
Now let's get to my very favorite part, the food.
The food, okay. So we, as an organization, at the end of the feast, we do what we call a recap. And we take the pros and the cons, what we did well, what we didn't do so well, where we think there are holes. And over the last couple of years, one of the things that we've been hearing is, again, it's very difficult talking to other feasts and other events, quality of the food vendors. And not just the quality, but also the variety.
Yeah.
And so we've done a lot of work trying to get food trucks to come, but unfortunately food trucks really, they're not there for 3 days. It's like a hit or miss. They're there for 2 or 3 hours. They sell out and they leave. So one of the things that we felt like that was missing was really traditional Italian foods. Like, for example, you couldn't get, because we didn't have a vendor that basically sold macaroni and meatballs or raviolis or lasagna or any of those kinds of just classic, or spaghetti fettuccine. I mean, we didn't have that. I mean, you could get sausage and peppers, you can get this, you get pizza. Even now at Greg, North End Deli, Greg's got the rice balls, but there's no pasta. So I've got to give credit to 3 of our brothers and members, John Caprioli, Mike Fusco, former president, and Orazio, have spearheaded the St. Alfio's Cafe, which is actually called Tre Santi Cafe. So this year, and we reconfigured our kitchen in our new building. It's now a commercial kitchen. They totally ripped it out, and it's stainless steel. It's fantastic. So they're going to be making a traditional Italian foods known as recipes. So we're very excited. So if you come down to the feast, hopefully you come down and you come hungry. You can come to the Tre Santi Cafe, which will be in the main parking lot, and just order whatever Italian food you want. And then that will be combined with the desserts. In the last couple of years, we have been running the desserts and coffee out of there, but it will be combined. So that's the cafe. And in addition to that, we just got approved a few weeks ago to do beer and wine. So we are going to have a beer and wine tent that is going to be part of the cafe, but it'll be separate because of the age restriction. And so the idea is, okay, you come down, you got some pasta, you want a glass of wine, you have a sausage pepper sandwich, you want a beer with it. So it's going to hold approximately 100, 120 people, and all basically cocktail tabletops. So you can basically put your food there, have a drink, listen to the music, because the main bandstand will be right there, and then you be on your way. So those are the big doings this year in terms of those two.
Hours. Okay,
so Saturday, the feast is open basically 6 to 11. The beer and wine will be open from 6 to 10. On Saturday, the feast is open from 12 to say 10:30, 11. We're going to be serving from like 2 to 10.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, same deal, kind of like 12 to 9. We're going to be open from like 1 to 8.
Okay.
So it'll be those hours where we're also serving the food in the cafe. So those are basically the hours, both the hours that were open for the feast and the hours that the beer and wine tent will be open. It won't be open as many hours as we are for the feast, but it'll be open enough. Again, our idea is, people aren't coming to the feast to have a beer. They're coming to the feast to have something to eat. And by the way, I'd like to have a beer with my sausage and pepper sandwich. Or I want a glass of wine with my macaroni and meatballs. You know what I mean? Like my grandfather used to drink it, right? So that's the idea. So make it a little bit more Italian friendly for everybody.
I think that's fun, because you had mentioned the Portuguese festivals. I've been to those.
Yeah, everyone has.
It's all Portuguese food, though.
Exactly. And even something as simple as the sheep shearing competitions they have in North Andover. You go there and they have with the snow barriers. They have a certain area locked off where you can get a beer, and it's part of your part of the entertainment. So why not? So yeah, a lot going on, and again, have to give credit to a lot of the guys that are working really hard to put this together. But I think it'll just be part of the whole fabric of the weekend. I think it'll be fun, and at the end of the day, it's just give people what they want. So combination of really good entertainment, which I think is also very diverse. We have some new stuff for younger kids, younger families. I think they'll participate in the cafe, which I think is fantastic. And then the last thing, I guess, is just the whole idea behind why as a member we're there, which is on Sunday, for the Saints. So again, if you've never been, it's kind of it's colorful, it's emotional, it's a lot of energy when the Saints come out at 3 o'clock, and then we start processing through the streets. And then when they go in around 8 o'clock, on Sunday night. Like I said, we have that big concert with Mike Giard, which I think is going to be fantastic.
And also, under the tents, you normally have, say, Bustifaro there.
Yeah, we have
So
other. Yeah, we
there's
have
a little
Yeah,
entertainment
we have
going on.
with this. Yeah, there's a lot more entertainment that goes on, but I just kind of highlighted the main entertainment. So, and if anyone has any questions, please go to our website, which is the word 3saintsinc.org. So this is our feast poster this year. So if you frequent any of the local establishments, you should see them. And as we said prior to going on air, we're very color coordinated this year with the blue. And it's our 96, and we're very excited. We're very excited. Raffle, and we have the raffle. So I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't say one of the main fundraisers we have is the raffle. So if you come down and you want to take some chances on a raffle, that's great. It helps defray the cost of putting on this, which has become actually pretty expensive to put on the feast.
Nothing goes down.
And again, this year we're doing the same thing we did last year, which is you can win a trip for two to Florence, Italy, all expenses paid. Or you can win $5,000 first prize cash. The second prize is $1,000, and third prize is $500. So, it's $2 a chance.
Now, where will these be on sale? Because I know last year it was tough; people couldn't find places to buy the tickets.
Okay, so we typically have two locations. So the main location is we have a table under a tent right in front of our main building at 20 Common Street.
Okay.
That's the primary location. And then we always have a little bit of a tent and a booth that's next to the main bandstand.
Okay.
So there's a booth there that sells raffle tickets. And then the third booth, which is, I'll be frank, is up at where old Peter Messina's building was, the Italian kitchen. We usually put a little a tent and a table there. But that's not always open because we don't always have volunteers that can work. So typically, I would say during the busier times, that booth's open. But if you're interested in getting a raffle ticket, just come to the main building, Society Building at 20 Common Street, and that tent, that's always open. There's always somebody there selling raffle tickets.
Now, suppose somebody can't come to the feast and they want to
Oh,
help
that's
you
great.
out. Can they get a raffle ticket ahead of time?
Yeah, just go on, like I said, go to our website and or call us, and we can mail you a book, and you can send us a donation, and have a chance to win $5,000 in cash or a trip to Italy.
I'll take the trip to Italy.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to Italy. Yeah, next year. Hopefully go next year. I haven't been. There's been somewhere between 8 and 12 guys the last 3 or 4 years that have gone in May for the feast in May. Again, for those folks that don't know, this tradition came from Sicily. These martyred saints died in 252 for Christianity, and the tradition that the mother church, as we call it, the mother church, where our tradition comes from, is in Trecastani, Italy. It's the church in Trecastani, and that's where the three saints are housed, and they have the May 10th is their day. It doesn't matter the day of the week. It's always May 10th is when they do their feast, and it's huge. It's the whole community, towns, like all over. That's the eastern side of Sicily, just north of Catania, and just south of Taormina. So that whole area is feast mode for like a whole week.
That must be awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's like the biggest flea market in the world there, But so that's where our tradition comes from. Now we do things a little bit differently, but that's where our traditions came from. So that's when our forefathers, grandfathers that came over, basically, back in 1920s, when they started the tradition of the feast here, 1924, that's where it came from, because they all came from that region of Sicily, Trecastani.
Are all the feasts, say the feasts that they have in Boston, they're not the same?
No,
saints?
they're all different saints. Yeah, because the people that came and it settled. Remember now that the people that came and settled in that part of Boston, East Boston, that Charlestown. Well, Charlestown was mostly Irish, but the North End. That whole North End Italians, they all came from different regions of Italy and or Sicily, and so their patron saints are different, like St. Anthony's, the Fisherman's Feast, the Madonna. So So yeah, they're all Italian American, but they honor or patronize different saints that came from their neighborhood back in Italy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's different.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And to be perfectly frank, if you were to go to those festivals, they do well, but a lot of their success, and even we've gotten very close with some of the guys that run the Fisherman's Feast, and they say that if it wasn't for the fact that they're in the North End during the summer, where they have like automatic crowds, because every weekend you have like hundreds of thousands of people who visit Boston.
Early August?
Yeah, early August. That, you know, because there's no more, or there's very few natives that live in that area that support the feast. Okay, it's a handful of guys, but like nobody, like it's similar to us, right? I mean, if you were to take a survey of 150 members of our society, how many actually live in Lawrence? I'd say there's less than 20 guys that live in Lawrence. So you got 130 guys that come down, support this event, that don't live in this community. You know?
It's pretty good, though.
That's fantastic, right?
It's pretty good.
It is good. But the same thing for all these feasts that happen up in Boston.
Interesting.
Because most of those guys don't live in Boston now. They live in, you know, Revere, they live in Lynn, they live in Lynnfield, they live Melrose, you know, Malden. Because like anything, they matriculate outside the city,
Yeah.
right? And that's it.
We're a very mobile
That's
society.
right, exactly right. So it's very similar. But again, just to back up just a little bit, you know, the feast, you know, again, why you come doesn't matter to me. Just come, tell your friends. It's a great community event. You know, again, at the end of the day, we're about, you know, traditions, family, and faith. That's what I say. Traditions, family, and faith. And whatever motivates you to come down, have a good time. You know, have a sausage sandwich. You know, have a glass of wine this year. Have some meatballs from Johnny Capriola's Cafe, Tre
You
Sante.
mentioned shrimp before that.
And the
that
shrimp.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the shrimp, the garlic shrimp with over ziti. Well, I think that's how they go. The menu isn't finalized. I can only tell you is I tried some of the dishes a few weeks ago, and it's very good. They're all like they say, Nana's recipes. They're all very legit. So people will enjoy it. But then, thank you very much. I hope to see you at the feast. And if you have any questions, one more time, go to our website, 3saintsinc.org, or go to our Facebook page, 3 Saints Inc. We've really done a good job the last couple of years with social media. In fact, we have a video promo running now on our video site, and it talks a lot about what's going on and some of the acts.
Good.
And so we're very excited. So 96 years, hard to believe it's 96. I can't imagine what, God willing, what the 100 will be like, but we're getting close. We're getting close, my friend.
Sounds exciting. So you've heard it here first. Again, that's the 96th Annual Feast of the Three Saints, Labor Day weekend, August 30th, 31st, and September 1st. And just come down. You'll have a great time.
Right.
I should know because I've been there many, many years.
Right. And by the way, happy birthday. Happy early birthday to you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Again, thanks, Jenny. It was always a pleasure, my
All
friend.
right.
See you soon. And thanks everyone out there. And again, any questions, go to our website or go to our Facebook page. And as they say, Bona Festa.
See you at the feast.
It's the 96th Annual Feast of the Three Saints this Labor Day weekend in Lawrence. Join us for 3 days of fun, food, and free shows featuring Friday night on the bandstand, the man with the voice, Tony Pace. Saturday night, Legendary's 50s doo-wop group, the Duprees. And Sunday at 4:30, Boston's own 20-piece classic rock cover band, Mike Gerard's Big Swingin' Thing. Plus, the Tripoli stage will host a dance competition Saturday and the Act Theater group on Sunday. In between acts, you can relax and enjoy classic Italian dishes, pair with Italian wines and craft beers, along with homemade Italian pastries at our newly redesigned Cafe Tre Sante. All proceeds directly benefiting the St. Alfio Society, with all profits donated to charity. Don't miss the 96th Annual Feast of the Three Saints this Labor Day weekend in Lawrence. Visit 3saintsinc.org for more.